Hey, Lise Cartwright here, your favorite online business coach who is here to help you create an online business that's easy, fun, and profitable for you. No fluff, no BS, just actionable strategies you can implement starting today. And today I'm super excited to chat to you about my Discoverable Content system. So one of the things that my members ask inside the Digital Income Accelerator is, how do I get people to come into my world without having to pay for ads, right? Now, what I'm talking about here in terms of ads is conversion ads. Conversion ads are the most expensive ads to run. They work really well once you have a really warm audience. But what about when you're kind of in that visibility phase or looking to get in front of people? This is where Discoverable Content comes in. Now, you can run some ads to increase visibility. We'll talk about that in a second. But basically what I wanted to walk you through was, how do you get started with Discoverable Content? First things first, we have to decide on our platform. So I am going to be drawing on this screen and doing this in a way which means I have to look down because I'm looking at my iPad to do this. And this is something super fun that I've just discovered. So basically we need to choose a platform. So we have got blog, then we've got video. My writing is awful. And then we've got podcast or audio, right? Those are the three different platforms that we're kind of looking at. So we have to choose one of those first, because discoverable content starts with long form content, right? So long form content. Once we know what that is, now we can start to reverse engineer the content that goes on these platforms. So how do we do that? So we are going to, number one, find problems. And then two, find solutions. And we do that by ensuring that we are only creating content that our audience is going to then either join our email list or purchase our offers. So we do that by this one first, right? The find problems. So I have this awesome process which is called kind of like a messaging organizer, where you list out all of the bullet points of kind of Island A, aka what are the problems that your audience is struggling with through the lens of your actual offer, right? So we want to do that first. Then let me just see if I can get myself so you can see my face a little bit better. Then once we know what those problems are, we want to then create discoverable content for one of those platforms based on answering that issue, right? That problem, and then coming up with the solution and highlighting that in that content. So in this video, I will link to a couple of pieces of discoverable content. One will be a blog post, one will be a video, so you can go and check that out even more, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing here. But the first step in this process is making sure that you are finding problems that you can solve and that your solution is clearly identified in that discoverable content piece. Then we optimize it for discoverability. So how do we do that? So basically, depending on which platform you're using, and let's change the color, then we are going to optimize based on keywords, right? So keywords. And this is going to be basically, your standard Google search. So if you're on a blog, then you can use many different search engine optimization tools to help you get that metadata in place. And what I mean by that is, you want your keyword in your title, so your blog post title. You want your keyword in the first sentence of your blog, and then you want it in a couple of headings throughout that piece of content. Same rule kind of applies to your video content and podcast. So in your video, same deal. You want your keyword in your title and in your description and in your keyword tags. Then on a podcast, same deal. You want it in your podcast episode title, in your description, and then in any hashtags depending on the podcast platform that you're on. Bottom line, your content, right? These 2-3 options here need to be linking back to your offers, whether that's a hyperlink or whether that is a direct call to action. So as I said, I will share a blog post and a YouTube video that does this extremely well so you can see it in action. And if you want my Discoverable Content cheat sheet with a deep dive training on how this actually works, just comment below and I will get that over to you shortly. Otherwise,